back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about serotonin and the difference between having a deficiency and having normal levels of serotonin in your brain, specifically related to depression and anxiety. So stay tuned and please like and subscribe to this video, and if you're feeling extra generous, I'd love it if you turn on the bell notifications. Okay, so we'll start off with what is serotonin. So serotonin is a chemical neurotransmitter in the brain that regulates or is thought to regulate your mood, your levels of depression and your levels of anxiety. It can and does have physical effects on your body as well. So when your serotonin is at a healthy level, it helps to regulate bone health, intestinal health. I think it even helps with clotting in your blood. So yeah, serotonin is a pretty important part of our brains. So what happens when it's deficient? Okay, so low levels of serotonin are often attributed to anxiety, panic attacks, depression, insomnia. It can also cause physiological effects. Increased amounts of serotonin can actually cause osteoporosis in your bones. So it's really important to have a balanced amount of serotonin in your brain. So I know for myself, my serotonin levels were too low, and that was what was causing my depression and my anxiety. My borderline personality disorder also contributes to that, but BPD kind of plays different roles in my life, and since the start of medication, the depression and anxiety has definitely been a symptom that I am no longer suffering. Okay, so another thing that serotonin does is it actually increases your level of dominance. And it's something that I noticed before I even knew the fact. And then I was watching a video by Jordan Peterson, who's a clinical psychologist, and he mentions how serotonin increases your dominance. And it's so cool because like I actually stand up for myself now. I don't take any shit anymore, and I think that's been the biggest change to my life, because so many positive changes have happened for me because I stood up for myself. And I think that's really important, that I care about myself enough now to do that. Okay, so just a little disclaimer. I'm going to talk about my medication that I'm taking. This is not a recommendation for you. I simply just want to show you how beneficial medication can be. I know I almost feel overwhelmed with happiness to think about how much my life has changed in the last 8 or 9 months since I started medication. And I definitely encourage it if you're afraid of the stigma associated to taking medication. I was very resistant to taking it because I didn't want to be perceived as weak. You're actually stronger because you're willing to admit that you're vulnerable and you need help. I'm taking venlafaxine. I believe it's an SSRI. I think, don't quote me on that. So SSRIs, what they do is they inhibit the amount of serotonin that's absorbed. So it's kind of like eaten away. I like the neural connections that allow me to process emotions that lead to happiness or lack of anxiety, or remain calm. I had some serious anger problems before. And hopefully, over time, not only physiologically will my neural connections build kind of like muscle strength, hopefully like muscle memory, I'll learn the behavior, and one day if I decide to stop taking medication, which will not be anytime soon, hopefully one day if I do, I'll have learnt those behaviors like muscle memory. If you were a little bit hesitant to go on medication, definitely worth a try. I was blessed with that the first one I tried worked for me. I did have to increase my dosage a little bit, but it worked. So I guess why am I talking about this? It kind of just seemed like I'm bragging about how much better my life has got, but I really I'm trying to get a point across here. When you're depressed and you're anxious and suicidal even, you don't care enough about yourself to do the right thing by yourself. And I know for me, I actually got to a point where I was suicidal not because I hated life. I've actually always appreciated life and its beauty. I was just tired. I was exhausted. If I could have gone to sleep for 10 years, I would have, and woken up again. I just needed a break, a really long one. And that was my answer. So if you haven't been through depression and you're watching this video, you could be thinking, yeah, we're all tired, we're all exhausted, what's your point? Michaela Peterson has a fantastic video which describes how depression feels. For me, the way I like to describe it is it feels like you're grieving. You're not grieving for yourself. I don't really know what you're grieving for, but you just always have that feeling all the time. Like, try to imagine that. And that's what's exhausting. So I'm not telling you this because I want you to feel sorry for me. Nah, I'm telling this for the people who are currently going through this. Because you will get to the other side. You will get to the other side if you try. I hate the word try because you're always trying, because just being here is trying. So when people would tell me to try, it was like, you have no idea how much I'm trying. But I don't know how to articulate it any other way. And I'm just hoping that if I record me showing you the change that I've experienced, maybe it'll give you hope. Like, if I could reach through the screen and give you a hug and shake you and be like, you could get there, I would. So I really hope I've bared my soul for a good reason. I hope this helps somebody, and I hope it gives you hope. Have a fantastic day. Thanks so much for watching, or have a great night wherever you are.